Hello. At Victoria's Secret, we've recently succumbed to the pressure of woke culture, so things will be getting a lot better for our brand, because people want to wear woke lingerie. How do we go woke? Let me explain. Activism. We're very proud to announce we'll no longer be employing the disgustingly attractive supermodels known as Victoria's Secret Angels. Their body types are undesirable and a terrible influence. Instead, we've hired a new team of representatives known for their achievements, not their proportions. Because why should modeling be done by models? And our new team is inclusive of plus-sized body types. Because body shaming is not okay under any circumstances. Unless it's towards someone whose body you admire. In which case, body shaming them is your social responsibility so you can feel better about yourself. Rage mob. Our new lead rep is activist soccer player and member of the gay community, Megan Rapinoe. As a company, we're listening to her for some reason. Rapinoe said at Victoria's Secret, "Our old approach was patriarchal and sexist, saying that we viewed what was sexy through a male's lens and through what men desire." Because Rapinoe's good at soccer, we've learned using a male's lens is obviously not a wise thing to do when our customer base is predominantly heterosexual women who are buying lingerie to be more desirable to men. Rapinoe went on to say the message Victoria's Secret had been sending was really harmful. Agreed. Sending a message that it's okay for a woman to want to attract a man is harmful because that creates nuclear families and happiness for all involved. Terrible. But if I'm being honest, even now having a gay woman as our spokesperson, it's a small step in the right direction, but it just isn't far enough and is still ultimately a harmful message. Because suggesting you have to be a woman to wear women's lingerie, it's a harmful message because it discriminates against women who aren't women. And with lingerie suggesting you have to be attractive to someone in order for them to be attracted to you has no biological basis and is scientifically inaccurate because of racism. And only using humans to model women's lingerie is rooted in species supremacy and is evidence of centuries worth of the patriarchy, which was originated by humans. So admittedly, we have more room for improvement, but please be patient with us. We're working on making amends by increasing our woke status one step at a time. Cancel culture. Now, some bigots have said, well, Megan Rapinoe, if you were so against the way Victoria's Secret was and didn't want to wear their stuff, why wouldn't you just not wear it? What these bigots don't know is that kind of personal choice is rooted in self-responsibility and therefore just isn't consistent with our woke ethos of trying to help society by destroying society. And it's time we wake up and realize we're living in a time when everybody is just as beautiful as everyone else. Be obedient. Except if you're less beautiful, then now that makes you more beautiful. Because real beauty is kind of ugly and oppressive. Because we're all equally beautiful. The Victoria's Secret woke business principles know one thing, and that's straight, heteronormative, cisgendered mammalian women that want to buy lingerie to be attractive to their partners is harmful messaging. But a non-heteronormative, non-binary, or perhaps even a little bit binary birthing person who wants to wear lingerie to be attractive to her same-sex partners is simply being brave and proud. All of us at Victoria's Secret think you'll enjoy our new models that you don't want to look at even more than our old ones that you did want to look at. PC culture necessitates you have to. Because suggesting you're allowed to not be attracted to someone who you're not attracted to is an old patriarchal pattern that perpetuates rape culture, racism, and food poisoning. Purple hair. Victoria's Secret racking up virtue signaling points to level woke sets an amazing example for young people. Case in point, we even hired a young person to help us sell lingerie, 17-year-old Eileen Gu. Lingerie is sexual, and she's underage. A child, to be exact. Which kinda seems pedophilia-like, but she's Asian, so you don't notice the pedophilia hiding under the diversity. It's really good to get past our old harmful messaging to our new pedophilia messaging. Right, Megan? And besides, the pedophilia isn't that big of a deal because if we wanted to, we could remember Victoria's Secret's founder, Lex Wexner, was very close to Jeffrey Epstein. Ever hear of him? At one point, Wexner was Epstein's only financial client, and it appears as though our founder was a key source of Epstein's $500 million estate he left behind when someone killed him by suicide. And if you didn't know that, forget I told you, because we're good non-gendered specific guys because of wokeness, a lack of logic, and purple hair. So, using 17-year-old Eileen Gu to help us sell sexual clothing doesn't look so bad compared to this other thing we're also involved in. Oh, and speaking of Asians, 10 years ago, Megan Rapinoe tweeted out, "You look Asian with those closed eyes." She's recently caught a little backlash from it. Now, normally woke people are absolutely perfect, which helps their cause in being abrasively critical of everyone while victimizing themselves. But it appears as though Rapinoe isn't perfect after all. Will she get canceled because of it? Given that she toes the line of the leftist agenda, I don't see any reason why she would need to be canceled. So let's just move on. Outrage. As we at Victoria's Secret got woke and hired a new team of alternative women, we fired all our previous angels, including Jasmine Tokes and Leomi Anderson, who are both black. Now, if we're playing the woke game here, and indeed we are, then that means they were fired because they're black. Critical race theory. And this discrimination needs to be fully investigated to determine what degree of hate these racial firings were rooted in. Wow, going woke caused us to commit 3 different racial insensitivities. It's almost like wokeness doesn't work. But that's because it works really well. Leftist Agenda. As Megan Rapinoe takes her rightful place advising us and being one of our models, what do we do with the now unemployed supermodels? Well, logically speaking, they should probably take the place of Megan Rapinoe and the other soccer players on the women's national team. Because, why should sports be played by athletes? That's just oppressive to non-athletes and promotes athletic shaming. Sports should be played by models, and it helps support the athletic positivity movement. And maybe we could also have the models advise the sport of soccer about what rule changes it should make, because that would also make a lot of sense. Communist subversion. All other companies out there that don't want to fall into the old patriarchal system of being successful and appealing to the marketplace should follow in our footsteps and be open to being guided by people in woke culture who have never built a successful business. When woke activists are running the show, things always work out well. Just like since Portland filled their mayor and city council seats with woke activists, things have only improved for them. At Victoria's Secret, we aspire to be the Portland of the business world because we're geniuses. And you like us more because of it. I am a sheep. This just in! I would love to ensure that you and I stay connected behind the scenes by inviting you to join my Awaken Warrior newsletter list. Being connected to beautiful freedom fighters like you is what's most important to me, and I don't want to leave the chances of you and I being disconnected into the hands of censors or big tech deplatforming me. So I would love to stay connected with you on my Awaken Warrior newsletter list. It's my behind the scenes community. I communicate with you on a weekly basis, and you're the first to know when I drop new videos, have special offers, and I love to share behind the scenes stuff with you that I absolutely can't share on big tech platforms. I wonder what that might be. So please feel free to hit up the link. It's quick, it's easy, it's super free to join me. Just go to awakenwithjp.com/join me. And I'll look forward to ensuring you and I stay connected behind the scenes.